In this classroom, students once sat separated because of law. They learned their lessons on these desks, all during a time when opportunity was given based on the color of your skin. Now, for families in Coralville, education was more than just routine. It was resistance. That sound is the same ones heard by students separated because of the color of their skin. The wood-framed Coralville schoolhouse became a focal point of controversy in the late 1930s. Under segregation, the newly established Klein School District opened the school for black students. Many black families protested its remote location, while white residents resisted the idea of a new school for black children. Today, it still stands, a living part of history.
So the Coralville community started back in shortly after the Civil War. Freed slaves from Alabama, Mississippi were migrating this way, and they kind of settled in an area, and it was an all-black school used in the community all the way until 1966.
The civil rights movement and desegregation meant change. Yearbook photos began to reflect a different reality. Classrooms that once stood divided were no longer separated by law.
And then 1966 comes in and desegregation. 1967, you see color, coming in, African Americans coming into the school, and that's when you can see that the school stopped being that segregation line.
For former students, memories here are vivid, not just of lessons, but of consequences.
He told me, he's like, that's where the closets were. Yeah, but it's also where they took us to discipline us. And that was from trees. That way, when you were getting a lash for misbehaving, the students could hear it, but they couldn't see it. And so he said that was better punishment for the other kids, because you walk out of that room with a tear in your eye and you sit down and everybody was straight-laced.
Still, families saw this schoolhouse as something larger than a classroom. It was a gathering place, a foundation, a step forward stability in a time of uncertainty.
I think it gave them a home. They built that community. It's where they kept their culture alive. It's where they kept their memories alive. And that was them. But they knew just as well as anybody else, as to further yourselves, you had to be educated.
Today, fourth graders visit this preserved space to understand how life once looked in a very different world. The building stands not to celebrate division, but to acknowledge it and to show how far the district has come.
I don't gloss over it. I teach what happened. And I think this is a shining point of where we were and how we fixed it, and Coralville is part of that history and that story.
Now, this classroom is stuck in the year 1925, but 100 years later, Klein ISD has sent out successful people out into the world, including our late Mayor Sylvester Turner. Now, if you're wanting to check out this cool place and wanting to know a little bit more of a small city who has a big history, you can go onto our website on click2houston.com. I'm in the Klein area. Ricky Munoz, KPRC 2 News.